The arena was locked down. The NDAs were, they were ironclad.
Oh, completely impenetrable.
Right. The crowd outside froze in the blistering July heat, desperate for even a shadow of what was happening behind those concrete walls.
It's waiting for anything.
Yeah, and just like that, Hollywood's best-kept secret was spilled by the man who sells you popcorn.
The irony is just, it is almost too perfect.
It really is.
You construct the most impenetrable fortress in the history of modern celebrity, only to have the ultimate breach come from, well, the very top of the corporate guest list.
Welcome to Starscope Report. We are your guides to uncovering Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral celebrity secrets. From red carpet surprises to social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And today is a big one.
It is massive. Today, we are unpacking a headline that essentially broke the internet. Taylor Swift's wedding secrets were accidentally revealed online.
Accidentally being the operative word there, maybe.
Exactly. Our mission in this deep dive is to reconstruct what actually happened inside Madison Square Garden on Friday, July 3, 2026.
And we're going to figure out the mechanics of how you pull off and then subsequently leak the most anticipated event of the decade.
Right, because the sources we have for this are wild. It's this crazy mix of insider news reports, massive Reddit forensic threads, and, of course, some very quickly deleted posts on X.
To really understand the magnitude of this event, we have to look at the architecture of the secrecy leading up to it.
It was basically military grade.
It was. Madison Square Garden wasn't just rented for the weekend. It was essentially militarized.
Yeah.
Arena employees were operating under non-disclosure agreements so severe that anyone allegedly violating them was reportedly fired on the spot.
Wow. Which, it makes sense when you think about the physical infrastructure of MSG.
Loading docks.
Yeah, they were utilizing the subterranean loading docks. These are spaces designed for massive 18-wheelers clearing concert stages, and they use them to quietly funnel in billionaires and A-listers completely out of sight of the paparazzi.
It's brilliant logistics.
Hmm.
But the psychological perimeter was just as strict.
Oh, totally.
The guest instructions included a hard no-gifts rule.
Which is so funny to think about.
Well, it's practical, right? When you have an amalgamation of the wealthiest people in entertainment and sports, a gift registry becomes a logistical nightmare.
And a security liability, probably.
Exactly. Though, naturally, San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle publicly joked that he planned to completely ignore that rule.
I love that clip. He told the press he was just going to buy Travis an expensive old coin just because Travis likes them.
It's a very funny, grounded moment.
It is, but it also highlights the insane pressure cooker of hype leading up to the doors opening. Everyone on the outside is starving for a single detail.
And then the dam breaks.
Yes. Not from like a rogue caterer with a hidden camera, but from Adam Aaron, the CEO of AMC Theaters.
The mechanism of this leak is a fascinating study in modern social currency.
Break that down a bit.
Sure. So Aaron, who famously partnered with Taylor for the theatrical release of the Eras Tour film, was on this highly exclusive guest list. And late Friday night, he took to X, formerly Twitter, and posted this meticulously detailed play-by-play breakdown of the entire evening.
Just spilled everything.
Everything. He deleted it shortly after, presumably when the reality of those ironclad NDAs kicked in, but, the internet had already archived it.
It completely baffles me. Why would a high-profile CEO risk his VIP status and his incredibly lucrative relationship with the Swift camp just to live tweet a wedding?
Well, I think it reveals the intoxicating nature of proximity to mega fame.
Okay, yeah.
In the digital age, a billionaire CEO's ultimate status symbol isn't his net worth. It's his ability to prove to his timeline that he was in the room where it happened.
Wow, that is so true.
Aaron even stated in his post that he's been in Taylor's orbit, noting the irony that AMC's headquarters are in Kansas City, the home of the Chiefs.
Right, connecting himself to both of them.
Exactly. Even for an executive of his level, being in that room was a pinnacle cultural experience. The psychological urge to broadcast that you're at the absolute center of the cultural zeitgeist simply overrode his executive caution.
That need to say, I am here, is so universally human, even for a guy running a massive theater chain. So let's walk through exactly what he saw, because his description of the spatial design is wild.
It's incredible.
Immediately upon entry, the floors, walls, and ceilings were draped entirely in peach and white.
just completely covering the concrete.
Yeah, and lining this entrance was a massive timeline of large, blown-up photos of Taylor and Travis. It documented them year by year from age 1 all the way to their late teens.
Designing an entrance like that serves as a psychological airlock.
Oh, I like that term. How so?
You are forcing the guests to decompress. They are stepping out of the frantic, heavily photographed chaos of Midtown Manhattan and physically walking through the literal childhoods of the bride and groom.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It resets the emotional baseline of the room before they even see the altar.
That is brilliant. And then you get to the main event space. And Aaron noted that MSG was completely stripped of its history. No banners, no hockey or basketball markers anywhere.
Just a blank canvas.
Exactly. It was transformed into this lush countryside retreat, draped heavily in green and white. He described real flowers, towering artificial trees, and get this, about 15 rows of 75 chairs.
Which is crazy for Madison Square Garden.
Right. Aaron specifically noted that despite the roughly 1,000 attendees, it felt surprisingly intimate and small.
Well, forcing intimacy in a concrete arena designed for 20,000 screaming fans is a staggering feat of architectural manipulation.
It really is.
By arranging 1,000 people into just 15 extremely wide rows of 75 chairs, you compress the audience. No one is in a balcony. No one is in the nosebleed.
Everyone's on the same level.
Right. Everyone is forced into this tight communal proximity on the arena floor, surrounded by this dense artificial forest.
It's like they built a fragile peach and white terrarium inside a massive concrete bunker.
That's a great way to describe it.
By putting this hyper-intimate, delicate environment inside a heavily fortified fortress, it feels like, I don't know, a physical manifestation of Taylor's entire brand.
Aggressively protected isolation.
Yes, exactly. Aggressively protected isolation that looks, to the outside world, completely soft and accessible.
That's masterful.
But listen, the decor wasn't even the wildest part. Wait until you hear who actually married them.
Oh, this detail's my favorite.
If you're loving these Hollywood twists, make sure you're subscribed to Starscope Report because we've got even crazier stories ahead in this deep dive.
The physical environment merely set the stage, really. The actual ceremony defied all traditional celebrity wedding expectations.
It totally clashed in the best way.
The contrast between the aesthetic opulence and the emotional grounding of the event is stark.
Okay, picture this setup. Mellow romantic songs are playing to settle the house. Then violins and a cello usher in the wedding party.
Very classic, very elegant.
Let's talk about the fashion, because the mechanics of keeping this a secret are mind-blowing to me. Travis is wearing a white tux, and Taylor is wearing a jaw-dropping white wedding gown with a long veiled train.
We have confirmation that both looks were custom Christian Dior haute couture.
Yes, with custom Christian Louboutin shoes and Cartier jewelry.
The logistical triumph of custom haute couture remaining a secret cannot be overstated.
I didn't even think about that. How did they hide it?
A custom Dior gown requires dozens of fittings, numerous tailors, and cross-continental shipping from Paris.
Right.
They likely utilize phantom fittings, NDA-bound ateliers, and fake names on shipping manifests just to get the garments into the building unseen.
That is military-grade fashion logistics right there.
It absolutely is.
So you have this ultimate billionaire aesthetic, right? Cartier, Dior, a private indoor forest. But then they completely scrapped the traditional massive bridal party.
No endless line of bridesmaids.
None. Austin Swift, Taylor's younger brother, was the man of honor, and Jason Kelce, Travis's older brother, was the best man.
Keeping it entirely in the family.
Yeah, and to completely puncture that intimidating, high-fashion atmosphere standing at the altar waiting to officiate is actor and comedian Adam Sandler.
I still can't get over that.
Right. Aaron's deleted post described Sandler as warm, welcoming, funny, and eloquent. He actually noted that Sandler talked and sang and talked.
In an event that could easily suffocate under the weight of its own formality, Sandler acts as the ultimate emotional anchor.
He's the ultimate curveball. You expect like a Supreme Court justice or a mega pastor, and you get the guy from Happy Gilmore singing at the altar.
And it's brilliant.
It is, because it signals to the guests that despite the Cartier diamonds and the Dior gown, this is still a celebration meant to be fun and irreverent.
Which aligns perfectly with Aaron's description of the vows.
Oh.
He noted they were long, entertaining, deeply personal, emotional, and irreverent.
They didn't just read standard platitudes.
No, the focus wasn't on that at all. It was explicitly on how they met and the merging of the Kelce and Swift families.
And they capped it off with what Aaron described as a proper sweep-you-off-your-feet kiss.
A very cinematic ending to the ceremony.
For sure. Then the reception kicks off, and the secret garden set expands. They featured lit trees that were 5 stories tall.
5 stories inside MSG.
Insane. Aaron raved about superb food and just music, music, music. But when I look at who actually got an invite to this reception, it doesn't just look like a wedding party.
Oh, it looks like a corporate merger.
Exactly. A merger of America's 2 biggest entertainment exports, the NFL and Hollywood.
Managing the social hierarchies of that room is a massive undertaking. Just from the NFL royalty, you have Andy Reid, Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Baker Mayfield, Kareem Hunt, and Tom Brady.
Just casually, Tom Brady. And then you integrate Hollywood heavyweights. You've got Bradley Cooper, Zoe Kravitz, Hugh Grant, Ethan Hawke, Chris Rock, Steven Spielberg, Paul Rudd, and Tom Hanks.
It's staggering.
And it doesn't stop there. You have fashion icons like Gigi Hadid and Karlie Kloss, literary heavyweights like Jenny Han.
And the music royalty is just absurd.
Oh my gosh, yes. Selena Gomez, Kelsey Ballerini, Ed Sheeran, Camila Cabello, Jennifer Lopez, and Paul McCartney.
Who was heavily rumored to be performing at the reception, by the way.
How do you even seat that room without bruising a massive ego?
Well, you don't seat it like a traditional wedding. You seat it like an awards show.
Oh, that makes sense.
You create micro bubbles of security and comfort within the larger bubble.
Uh.
But amidst all of this unfathomable opulence, they deployed an absolute masterclass in narrative control.
The charity donation.
Yes. Over the weekend, the couple donated $26 million to broad-based charities.
Which completely shifts the public conversation.
Precisely. When you rent out Madison Square Garden and build an indoor forest, you leave yourself entirely exposed to critiques about wealth inequality.
And the sheer extravagance of a multi-day billionaire buyout.
Right. Dropping a $26 million charitable donation operates as an impenetrable PR shield. It preempts the criticism by tangibly proving they are redirecting a massive portion of that wealth back to the community.
It's the ultimate mic drop to silence the tabloids before they even start.
It really is.
The party lasted until the wee hours, but what happened the morning after has the entire internet spinning a massive conspiracy.
Oh, the fallout is fascinating.
Stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next, because this gets wild.
So, as the 1,000 guests trickled out into the New York night, the ironclad media blackout began to crack.
But it shifted, right, from uncontrolled leaks to highly orchestrated breadcrumbs.
Exactly. Adam Aaron had already deleted his tweet, clearly entering damage control mode.
But then you start getting these tiny, clearly sanctioned glimpses. Taylor's aunt, Robin Gentry, was caught by a news crew.
Right, outside the venue.
Yeah, and she just laughed and said they cried and they laughed and they danced and they hugged and they kissed.
It gives the public a feeling of intimacy without revealing a single actionable detail.
It's so smart. Then Maren Morris shared a photo on social media.
But not of the bride.
No, not of the bride or the dress or the room. It was a photo of a wedding handkerchief featuring a custom logo, the city, the date, and a lyric from Blank Space, so it's going to be forever.
Such a great Easter egg for the fans.
And outside MSG, the famous marquee had been changed to simply read, "Just NT Married."
It's brilliant minimalist branding.
But here is where the conspiracy takes off, and it all traces back to one specific detail in Adam Aaron's deleted tweet.
The cameras.
Yes. He casually mentioned that there were professional film crews operating on the arena floor.
And fans, being the detectives they are, dug into the logistics. They found out that guests were greeted by posted signs warning that footage from the event could be used for commercial purposes.
That singular phrase, commercial purposes, has completely fractured the fan community online.
If you look at forums like the Swiftly Neutral Reddit page, the debate is fierce. And frankly, the skeptics have a very strong legal argument.
I have to defend the documentary theory here, though.
Really? You think it's a movie?
I do. Taylor already partnered with Adam Aaron and AMC for the Eras Tour movie, which was a massive financial success. Her entire life operates as a constantly rolling film set, you know, from the Miss Americana documentary to her tour films.
She just document everything.
Right. She turns personal milestones into premium cinematic content. It makes total sense that a feature-length wedding documentary is hitting theaters.
I hear you, but I have to push back hard on the logistics of that theory.
Okay, lay it on me.
The presence of commercial filming notices does not equal a theatrical release. Madison Square Garden is a heavily unionized venue.
Oh, interesting.
If you bring in high-end professional camera operators, even just to shoot a private wedding video for the bride and groom, the venue's legal department often requires those standard commercial purposes warnings.
Just to cover themselves.
Exactly. To cover their liability regarding union labor and background likeness rights for the staff, every modern celebrity has a cinematic wedding videographer. It doesn't mean it's going straight to AMC.
Okay, I hear the legal reality of union arenas, but I think you're underestimating the PR mastery at play here.
How so?
Let's look at the middle ground theory. What if this footage isn't for a 2-hour documentary, but it's actually premium B-roll for an upcoming music video?
For the new album.
Yes. We know TS13 is looming. Fans are theorizing a single called Garden Party, utilizing cinematic, high-definition shots of her custom secret garden wedding set for a romantic ballad is entirely within her established creative playbook.
She's done that before.
We've seen her weaponize her private home videos in tracks like The Best Day.
Using it for a music video certainly bypasses the logistical hurdle of a full theatrical release. But it still begs the question of narrative control.
Which is always tight.
It's historically meticulous.
Yeah.
The idea that a seasoned, media-trained CEO like Adam Aaron clumsily broke an ironclad NDA on the biggest night of the decade without some level of tacit approval, it just strains credulity.
Exactly. Which brings me back to the concept of the soft launch.
The accidental leak as a marketing tool?
Yes. If you want to generate absolute fever-pitch demand for whatever this footage is going to be used for, what better way than to have an industry insider accidentally leak a breathlessly detailed account of the 5-story glowing trees and Adam Sandler at the altar, only to snatch it away by deleting it.
It creates immense scarcity.
The ultimate scarcity.
By engineering, or at least capitalizing on that scarcity, you transform millions of people who wouldn't normally care about a celebrity wedding into an audience desperate to see the visual proof of what Aaron described.
Everyone wants to see what they're not supposed to see.
Exactly. Whether the leak was a genuine executive blunder or a calculated PR maneuver, it perfectly serves the overarching brand. The Taylor Swift empire is built on balancing absolute untouchability with perceived accessibility.
And a beautifully produced, highly edited glimpse into her wedding achieves exactly that balance.
It really does.
It's just wild to step back and look at the whole picture. You have 1,000 guests, massive NDAs, union-level security, subterranean loading docks, and yet, because of one Twitter post, we all feel like we know exactly what the room smelled like and how the chairs were arranged.
It highlights the sheer power of well-placed narrative details. I mean, we don't have a single official photograph of the dress or the altar yet.
Not one.
But the image of that childhood photo timeline, the peach and white drapes, and the sweep-you-off-your-feet kiss is already cemented in the public consciousness.
It's locked in.
The written word, leaked in real time, painted a far more vivid and compelling picture than a polished press release ever could.
Which leaves us with something really fascinating to chew on as we wrap up this deep dive.
What's that?
Well, in an era where a 1,000-person event, fortified by ironclad, career-ending NDAs, can still be broadcast to the entire world via a CEO's Twitter account, I mean, is true privacy even possible for the ultra-famous?
That is the big question.
Or, in the modern influencer age, is the illusion of privacy just another brilliant marketing tool? Think about that fragile terrarium built inside a concrete bunker. By aggressively protecting it, you guarantee that everyone on the outside will do whatever it takes to look through the glass.
You make it irresistible.
Exactly. You've been listening to Starscope Report, where we uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in.
And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.